The line between classroom learning and experience in the community is being erased. The definition of who is a teacher and who is a student is being transformed. The purpose of a degree once meant proof of a skill. Now, graduates are expected to have acquired skills that help them to become civically engaged citizens who participate in their communities. Right now, whether you're a professor, a student, or a staff member, odds are you're on the outside looking in. You have yet to cross the lines that separate what is learned from what is experienced, from what is studied to what is valuable when applied in our community. We're here to tell you to take that step. In fact, go ahead and jump. See what can happen when these worlds come together. We are the Academic Service Learning Center at Grand Rapids Community College.
At GRCC, community involvement is worth something. We categorize the way students, faculty, and staff can participate into 3 areas: academic service learning, and volunteering. Each approach to getting involved in the community has its own rewards, and each has a value that's more than its individual parts.
Academic service learning takes any course to the next level. Credit is earned not solely by time spent in the classroom, but also for learning that contributes to the community. For example, Professor Terry Stockton's Social Problems course integrated into his curriculum an urban plunge experience with Heartside Ministry, a Grand Rapids nonprofit organization which combats homelessness and poverty.
This seemed like a perfect opportunity to tie academic service learning, real-world experience, and building connections with people that our students may not normally be able to connect with.
It still had some eye-opening moments for me. For example, when we were sleeping in Heartside Ministry that night, the overhead lights would not turn off. But I thought about what would it be like to be out on the street with the street lights. The sirens, what would the noises be like? I was very connected when I pulled off by myself into a room. So I had some things that I hadn't thought of, but so I was a little uncomfortable. No, I was very uncomfortable sleeping on that floor. I wanted to go home.
We took a tour of the neighborhood, and the Heartside neighborhood is really a unique neighborhood because we have a group of homeless people that are living 1 block away from an area of wealth, which was something that really surprised me.
Academic service learning transforms learning. It gives context to ideas like nothing else.
There's only so much you can get from a book or a PowerPoint presentation, and this is just like full immersion into it. It's just going right into it and seeing it firsthand and experiencing it.
Afterwards, students process their experiences with the instructor's guidance and make connections between their service and the course curriculum. This provides for the deeper reflection necessary in any for-credit endeavor.
I think that academic service learning can be in any subject. In fact, it should be in every subject. When you walk into the classroom, you get a lot of theoretical knowledge, and that's helpful and important and essential. But it's making that knowledge real world that changes us, and it's understanding that the professor aren't always the experts. It's the people that do the job every day.
This is just one of a growing list of examples from a variety of academic disciplines where academic service learning has been successfully incorporated. Students in Professor Mursalata Muhammad's English class earned credit by working to form the Reading Corps, a literacy project which was a partnership of GRCC, the Southeast Academic Center, and the Grand Rapids Public Library.
We're using skills of learning as far as reading, writing skills, reading skills. We're using the things that we use in school. We'll use those and apply them to the kids, to the learning skills that the kids in the elementary school. It makes learning better for me because the skills that we're using, I'm applying those skills with the kids. I'm doing the same thing that they're doing. So it makes it easier for me. Hands-on work, more or less a hands-on.
You can't learn about the individual learning styles inside of a classroom. I think you have to experience, you have to see. It's a lot of trial and error. a lot of experimentation, and you know, what a great way to do it. It's like a lab for them without any fear of messing someone up. It's just a short period of time that they're able to come in and work with the students. So I think it's great. Hands-on.
Now I can take what I'm learning and show it to somebody else, and like just using it instead of like just learning and not ever using it again. Now I'm taking it in and showing somebody else that it really does help, and how school, it really does help you out a lot.
In another academic service learning course, computer applications students earned credit through the installation of a computer lab at a local nonprofit agency.
We have this youth program. We call it academic development sessions. George said that the community college could lend us computers that we didn't have. Then the class would come in and offer all the support needed to install the software, configure the computers, get this up and running, and then maintain this computer lab. So it's a great service for our community, for the youth primarily, but we do some other work here as well. And it's a great, hands-on application of the information, the training the kids are getting at the TASLM Tech, at this particular job training course, to come here and have a real-life experience of setting it up and making it happen.
Well, it's just applying everything that we've learned in class to a real-world environment now. Installing operating system, XP, different programs, installing a wireless network.
To be able to work together toward one goal for a great cause, and it has really drilled a lot of the concepts we cover in class. We've really built a great foundation for students so that they have that to take on to their next job.
Again, one of the key values of academic service learning is the ability to earn college credit for service tied to course curriculum which meets a community need. Annually, over 500 GRCC students serve over 10,000 hours in the community. There are other kinds of community engagement at GRCC that build civic and career skills. Service learning takes the skills students are developing and puts them to work for our community in order to build and practice active citizenship. For example, some of our accounting students provide tax preparation for low-income residents of Southeast Grand Rapids. This project is a partnership of an AmeriCorps Education Scholarship Program called the Michigan Service Scholars and the Kent County Tax Credit Coalition.
This is an excellent opportunity to get your feet wet. It's a good opportunity for you to figure out if this is really what you want to go into, because now you're interacting with people doing taxes, which happens to be one of the bigger sources of income for most CPAs, is doing tax preparing.
Well, in the class, you have your scenarios already for you. So the book tells you how to do it, but when you come into here, it's a lot different. It's a lot more involved. People come in with different situations and you have to work with them with those. So there may be some things in the class that doesn't cover it that you get through this experience. It's more of a street smart than book smart.
Through service learning, especially through the Academic Service Learning Center's Community Service Work-Study program, students planning on becoming teachers also practice their craft at local elementary schools. Students with computer skills tutor neighborhood residents in Hartside. Numerous students get real-world experience by working at nonprofit agencies.
Go ahead and do your print. I love working with the kids, and hopefully they enjoy working with me as well.
We've had the service learning students here for a couple of years now. We've been extremely pleased with them. They've actually done a myriad of functions here. They have tutored students, mentored students. I keep asking folks at CC to send us about 20 or 30 more, so all I can say is we'll take more. They've done a great job, and they've really helped us here at Palmer.
I'm here at Hartside to basically run the computer lab, and we do all sorts of things with the neighbors. We help them with their resumes. We help them with job search.
Yeah, it's printing.
Because I'm in the pharmacy field and I'll be working with people, maybe sick people, people who need help with medication. And being here working with residents, offering help to them, I kind of relate that to the kind of job I'll be doing in the future, because giving help, advising somebody, helping them with something.
Finally, GRCC's third category for learning outside the classroom is simply called volunteering. Our many student life groups, like the Black Student Union or the Hispanic Student Organization, Make it a part of their missions to volunteer at local schools and nonprofit organizations. The Academic Service Learning Center helps to coordinate these experiences as well.
We have 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, and we're actually just trying to make an impact on their lives, encourage them to, continue their education here and to look forward to going to college. We want to persuade them to further their education. We mentor them. Pretty much whatever they need from us, we do. As far as, their home lives, if they need someone to talk to, we're here to speak to them. If they need help with homework, we're here to help them with that.
When I was in middle school, we didn't have a mentor, and I think it would have been nice if we had it when I was back then. They're looking up to me, and that's kind of, besides my little sisters looking up to me, it's kind of nice to have somebody else look up to you.
The students that are involved in the Hispanic Student Organization are working as mentors with our mentoring program, which means that they serve as adult influences for our youth, working with them, spending about 1 hour once a week with the youth, passing times working on homework, helping them do a variety of activities to help them acclimate to culture. I think it's a win-win situation for both because the students are able to get some community experiences and using their skills of being bilingual in Spanish and English and working with our kids. But also it's a win-win for me because I have a lot of Hispanic students, or a lot of our kids are from Central America, including Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, that they needed the help. And the youth and the students of CC are perfect to work as these mentors because they have experience with coming to a new culture and learning a new language and learning other things too.
Whether it is academic service learning, or volunteering, a critical component of all effective community engagement and partnership is assuring that the community has a loud and clear voice in expressing its needs.
The Academic Service Learning Center works hard to build partnerships with organizations which revolve around positive, measurable impacts, both on student learning and on community expressed needs.
We listen to our faculty, our partners, and to our students, and then design intentional service experiences which can be measured, improved, and sustained.
All the ways faculty, staff, students, and community can connect with each other erase the lines that limit learning. They help to build a more sustainable future. But perhaps the most important learning that occurs in any community experience is the respect and knowledge we gain of one another and ourselves through service.
It feels really, really good. I grew up in the Bronx in New York, and I came out here. I've been out here for 5 years, and the greatest thing for me is to give to them because I didn't have that growing up.
I know where they're coming from. Most of them have children. They're young, so we exchange stories, mom and kids, and it makes me feel like I'm not the only one facing these kind of problems. Everybody has them at this time.
If you love to work with people, you love to give help to anybody, I would really recommend to maybe come here at Hartside or anywhere else where you can give help to the neighbors and help them learn, help them achieve something.
As you've seen, many GRCC students, faculty, and staff make a difference in our community every day. They are learning how to become more aware and engaged citizens and more about themselves.